Hello students, today we are going to discuss the last part of this chapter, that is organizing. And near me, personally I am very much fond of these two topics and two concepts I am going to share. One is called delegation of authority and another one is called decentralization of power. Now in organizing chapter, I am going to share two concepts. One is called delegation of authority and another one is decentralization of power. Now, what is the meaning of these two terms? What is delegation of authority? What is the meaning of the word delegation? And what is the meaning of authority? And another concepts are there involved with this, that authority, responsibility and accountability. What is authority? And what is the difference between the word authority and power? That much I can say, that authority, it is a right for doing any specific job, that is called authority. So concept of authority is comparatively smaller than the concept of power. Power is a vast concept, wide concept, and the concept of authority is, it is comparatively smaller. You can say the authority is the subset of power. So when the person is enjoying the right of doing any particular work, that is called authority. That means, and we have read it in the second chapter in Principle of Management, that each and every person should have some sorts of authority for maintaining or for discharging his or her responsibility. So what is delegation of authority? What is the meaning of the word delegation? Delegation, as a manager, you know, we are reading management. So we should think ourselves as a manager. So as a manager, you know it very well that based on maximum utilization of human resource, it is very much required. So it has been seen nowadays in every manager, they are very much overburdened. So when manager is overburdened, he generally used to delegate some of his or her authority to its immediate subordinate. And it is generally happened in every organization. Production manager is overburdened, so production manager is going to delegate some of his authority to his next immediate assistant. So that is happened in every organization. In case of marketing department, in case of marketing managers are there, marketing manager may delegate some of its authority to one sales personnel. So in the same way, that is called delegation of authority, and in this way the authority is delegated by the manager. What is the difference between decentralization of power and delegation of authority? It has been seen that decentralization of power, it is, if you think, it is a flow concept, and it is a stock or fund concept, it is a collapse concept, delegation of authority. Because you think in this way, you know, in the hierarchy of management, top level managers are there, middle level managers are there, lower level managers are there. Top level managers, they are delegating some of their authority to the middle level managers. Middle level managers, they are delegating some of their authority to the operational level managers. Operational level managers, they are delegating some of their authority to the supervisor. Supervisors are overburdened, they are delegating some of their authority to the workers or true staffs, who are on the basis of them the entire functioning of the organization is carried on, and the entire process is called decentralization of power. That means you can see in this way, that top level managers, they are delegating some of their authority to the middle level managers. Middle level manager, they are delegating some of their authority to the operational level managers. Operational level manager, they are delegating some of their authority to the supervisors, to their supervisors. Supervisors, they are delegating some of their authority to the workers. In this way, if authority is flows or flowing, if authority is flowing from top to bottom in any organization, it is called, togetherly it is called decentralization of power. So it can be said that delegation of authority, it is multiplied by 2, and decentralization of power, it is multiplied by many. And we can say that decentralization of power is the extended form of delegation of authority. When delegation of authority is extended, it is not in only concentrating on top level or in middle level or in operational level. If it is following or if it is flowing from top level to middle level to operational level to supervisors, then to workers, if it is flowing from top to bottom in the entire hierarchy of the organization, it is called decentralization of power. And it is a very much common question for us, that what is the difference between the concept of delegation of authority and decentralization of power, and which concept is required to be followed. And it is required to be followed on the basis of the situation. If you think about legislative system, if you think about judiciary system, they are following the decentralization of power. So delegation of authority, it is a small concept, and decentralization of power, it is a broad concept. And you can correlate this concept with one principle given by Fayol, that is called centralization versus decentralization. 100% centralization of power, it is not not possible at all, it is not productive at all, and 100% decentralization of power, that is also not good for the betterment of the organization. So there must be a balance between decentralization and centralization of power. So decentralization of power, it tells us that all levels of managers, they are keeping in their hand some key activities for them and delegating some of their authority to their respective lower level management. If it is flows, if it is following, or if it is flowing from top to bottom in this way, this is called decentralization of power. So in each and every decentralization of power, there must be delegation of authority. Understood? That's all.